Once upon a time, there was a meeting of all the sky animals far up on the other side of the cloud. The meeting was only open to animals who had wings strong enough to take them that far. At the time, the best friend of the eagle was the tortoise. In those days, the tortoise was a very good-looking animal that had no shell. Even with his good looks, no one wanted becoming friends with the tortoise because of his cunning ways. What was worse, he was a greedy fellow who only cared about himself. In spite of all these, the eagle still agreed to be close friends with the tortoise. Because of their relationship, the eagle informed his friend tortoise about the meeting of the sky animals, and the cunning tortoise begged eagle to take him along so that he could witness all that was happening. "I cannot take you," the eagle said. "If it is discovered that I came with anyone who is not a bird with strong wings, other birds will turn against me, and they would cut my strongest wings and make me like a chicken, or even barb me like an ostrich." "No one has to know," the tortoise said. He continued by reminding the eagle how he always told him all what happened in the meeting of land animals, and how he was now suspended because it got known that he was leaking information to the eagle. Not knowing that he was suspended because of his cunning ways and greed, the eagle bought the story of his friend and agreed to take him along to the meeting. So as not to draw any attention, the tortoise would have to wear a calabash and ride on the wings of the eagle. They decided that if the eagle is asked, he would say he decided to come with a calabash because he needs a smooth place to sit on. On the day of the meeting, the duo set out for their journey to the other side of the skies with promises from the tortoise to remain quiet and not draw any attention. When they reached, the eagle sat on the calabash at one end, where all the food and drinks were kept. Tortoise remained hidden in the calabash as the meeting went on, but before long, the aroma of the food and the smell of good wine caught his attention. He caught a small hole through which his head could see, and he saw that the food and drinks were right there by the corner where he was. The tortoise got two more little holes for his hands, and he began feeding himself from the food while the birds were busy deliberating. He kept eating until there was no more food, and he also drank all the wine. The other birds kept on deliberating until it was evening. By that time, everyone was already very hungry and tired. Now the hawk, in whose chamber the meeting was held, said, "We have so much food for everyone, and more wine than all of us can drink." He ordered for his servants to have plates kept before everyone and wine glasses too. However, when the time came for the food to be shared, they realized that all the pots were empty. They went to share the wine, but realized also that all the jugs were empty. Rancor erupted and everyone accused the eagle who sat close to the refreshment. They accused him of eating all the food and keeping some in his large calabash, and also drinking all the wine. The other birds threatened to pick the calabash to see if indeed that was where the food was. But because he knew the consequences of seeing the tortoise there was too grievous, and seeing how wicked the tortoise was, the eagle caused more commotion, and then he pushed the calabash and the tortoise still hiding underneath down from the clouds. The calabash broke into many pieces and got stuck to his back. He was taken to all the medicine men of the land, but none could heal him. It was until someone referred him to a medicine man in the waters that he was finally cured. Nonetheless, the broken calabash has since remained stuck on him as his shell, and that was also how it lost all its beauty. If you enjoyed our story, do well to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to press the notification button for more exciting stories.